guys, Mate here. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I'm in my homeschool room and this is going to be a homeschool update video. I am a brand new homeschool mom. If you did not know, I have only been homeschooling for a few weeks. We started school on August 20th and today is Friday, September 7th. So if you hear any ruckus in the back, it's because school is over for the day and I figured I would go ahead and start this video when I had the time. The kids are eating lunch right now, so hopefully they stay quiet enough, long enough for me to get this video done. I had to make sure that I had the new homeschool room set up, so it's completely different. If you would like a tour of how I've reset up the homeschool room, yes, the one that I did before I had to completely take down and then put up again in our new home. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you leave a comment to let me know. So this video, what I want to talk about was how I've been doing over the last few weeks. So let's just start off with week number 1. So it was kind of crazy. I have 4 children. I have a 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And so I have a toddler, obviously, and he's learning like colors and shapes and stuff. But then I have a kindergartner, a 1st grader, and a 3rd grader. The first week of homeschool was crazy. And I'm just gonna be honest in this video with you guys because I don't want to have misconceptions of what homeschool is about and how the journey goes and stuff like that. And you guys wanted me to keep it real and keep you updated, so I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys on how my few weeks have gone so far. So the very first week was extremely difficult. Every single day of the week we had at least one meltdown by one child, and we had a meltdown Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we had 0 meltdowns. And when I say meltdowns, I'm saying where you're in tears, you're frustrated, you don't want to work anymore. This happened at least every single day of the week, and it was pretty crazy. I was not expecting that. I even had a meltdown myself. So that was kind of crazy. I literally had to go in my bedroom and lock the door. And I was a little bit nervous about homeschooling after the 3rd day. I think by Wednesday I was literally questioning whether or not this is a right choice or decision for me. But I think that was just coming from a place of doubt in my heart and in my mind. And I think it was just I guess opposition in what I knew was right to do. It was really hard for me to keep a good schedule. One thing that I realized that I wasn't doing the first week that I am now doing is making sure that I'm keeping up with my time. So by the end of the day, I was trying to get done by 1 o'clock, but I was realizing there were still subjects that needed to be done. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And what was happening was that we were lasting too long on one subject and not spending enough time getting to the next subject. So now I have a schedule to where I'm okay, 15 to 20 minutes on this, 15 to 20 minutes on that, 15 to 20 minutes on this. And whenever my kids don't finish in the daytime, I make sure they finish at homework in the evening. So they really want to make sure they get their work done on time, so they don't have homework, which is a bonus. So that's one incentive that I'm doing, is saying, hey, if you don't get your work done during the day, it's homework. Or you get it done during the day, you don't have homework. So that has helped me a lot. The first week though, I was I don't understand why we're not getting everything done, but it was because I wasn't keeping up with my schedule of 8 to 8:30 doing this, or 8:15, or whatever the case may be. I wasn't keeping a good schedule, so that's kind of why things were kind of crazy. So that was where I was doing some error at. And then the second week came around and it was a little bit better. It was a lot better. And then it was so crazy. I was going through my curriculum and I was doing everything I was supposed to do, and then I was realizing that by the end of the second week there were tests that I needed to do, and for some odd reason I had not gotten to those. So at the beginning of this week we made sure we took care of those. That was pretty much how it went down. But those are some of the moments that I had that were kind of difficult, where I didn't know what I was doing, where I messed up because I forgot to give them a couple of tests because I was just strictly doing the book work and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that there were tests that I had to give, which was crazy because I don't know how I missed that. But I made sure that I did give them, so there was only it was only a couple days late. So it was the beginning of this week is when I did those tests. And then the other thing, like I said, was the time, and then we had our meltdowns. And there was times where I went into my room myself, whenever I just needed a break, I went to my room and prayed and was like, God, please help me because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's pretty much all the negative stuff that happened. And then we moved, so that was really hard. But and then getting started again after a 4-day weekend was really tough. The kids didn't want to do anything this Tuesday. So but we tuckered through, and we are now up to Friday, and I think next week is going to be a little bit easier. My 1st grader does struggle in reading, so I spend a lot more time helping her with her reading than the other kids because they caught on to it a little bit quicker. And so I have to spend more time doing that, which is kind of hard and it is frustrating, and I'm doing my best to stay patient. Trust me, like I feel like I have a lot of patience, but for some reason, like when it comes to reading, that you have to have lots of patience with, especially when you're working with your own kids, because there's a part of you that's like, okay, this is the teacher side of me. And then there's a part of you that's like, I know my kid can do better than this side of you. And so you're constantly having to balance that out and making sure that you're not overdoing the mama bear, like, you better do this, or, you know, and then also being compassionate and understanding that they may not understand, or that is harder for them at this time. So that has also been something that I've been really focusing on, making sure that I'm taking care of, because I never really had to utilize that part. It was just always mama, you know? So we had lots of hugs the first weeks and lots of tears. And then over the next couple weeks, I have been doing my best to encourage my children. And so we're getting into the good part. So what I have enjoyed so much about homeschooling is watching my kids have their aha moments. There is nothing, I don't feel like there is anything on the planet more awesome than watching the light bulb click in your child's brain and they understand. Or my kindergartner who's learning to read, when she's putting her little 3 sounds together and making her word, and she gets so excited. Like, I'm up and down, I'm like jumping up and down with her, getting excited, because that's awesome. And I get to watch their wheels turn, like watching my first grader putting her words together and her sounds, like her special sounds together, and learning those words. And she's like, oh yeah, I get it. You know, that is awesome. And then even with my 3rd grader, she's doing really well. She was like me, she's really great at reading and language arts, but math does not come easy. So even for her, like watching her with like her decimals and things like that, and watching her light bulb turn on and like, oh my gosh, I got it right, and get excited about it. Like, it's like a party. Every time somebody does something awesome, we all like have a party, and it's so fun. Like, that is like the best part of homeschooling to me, is being able to watch my children succeed in their learning. Like, that is just so awesome. Like, I never got to see that before. I mean, obviously we had homework and stuff like that, you know, and it's stuff that they had already learned in school or review, but being able to sit down and watch them understand a new subject or a new concept is like, it's just, there's just something about it. I didn't realize that that was something that was going to come with homeschooling, but that is like one of the best things that I have experienced. Then the next thing I really love about homeschooling is the fact that we are so close. Not only are we learning the curriculum, but then, you know, they're learning to be nicer to each other. You know, they're learning about character and character building, and having a kind heart, having a tender heart, being compassionate, sharing. They're just doing better together than they had before, and their relationship is being built a lot stronger. And so I think as a family unit, that's something that I wasn't expecting that I've seen, and I'm like loving that so much. And I don't know, what else do I love about it? There are some subjects that I can teach together, like we just did some recycling, because we just moved into our new home and they have a huge recycling bin, and we didn't have that before, and so we're teaching the kids how to recycle. So we did like a little unit on recycling. The other day we worked together to build like the entire dry erase board. We used to write rhyming words, things like that. Like, there are lots of things that we can do together, learn together with. We did a nature collage. We've done painting. I'm loving being able to do art with them and see how their brain works and see how different they are. There's just so many things about my kids that I didn't know that I'm learning through homeschooling, and that was a shock. That is also a big shock to me, because, you know, you think you know your kids, but whenever you send them away for most of the day, you only get them for a few hours. And so now that I'm with them all day as they're older, now that they're in their elementary years, I can spend more time with them and get to know them more, see where they tick, see what they like, and I'm learning a lot. So Julie is a very good encourager, and she's picking up reading very well. Jasmine has lots and lots of common sense. Reading isn't her strong point, but she understands her work very well, can get through it on her own without me having to read it to her most of the time. And Jade is all about the body, and she's loving learning the cool things about the body. I really think maybe she's going to be like a doctor. She wants to be a veterinarian, so that's pretty close. but she's very interested in like anatomy, how things work in the body. So I love being able to see the things that they get excited about as well. I love finding out what they're interested in, what makes them excited. That way I can also, whenever they're learning to read and getting books and stuff like that, I can get books for them for things that they're interested in, which will interest them more in reading. So I'm loving that. And I think that's pretty much how it's been going, but it's been going really, really well. I need to get grades done this week. I haven't decided if I'm going to do 6 weeks or do the 9 weeks, but I think I'm going to do 6 weeks instead. So basically, that's kind of how things are going, and I'm excited. I'm sure that there are more things that I want to share with you guys, but I'll probably remember it on another video. Like, my brain is literally about to shut off because I've been using it all day and I have lots of other things I need to start focusing on. There is something I wanted to share with you guys before I go, so let me go grab that. Like I said, at the beginning of the week, I was really doubting my ability as a mom and as a teacher, but then towards the end of this week, I think I have gotten a lot more confident, and I see that my kids are learning. So I have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. Like, we're gonna be okay. So let me share something with you really quickly, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, I have it right here. So basically, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of the first week, and I was like really struggling, and I went in my prayer closet and I was just like asking God to help me, and I was begging him. Like, I was like, Lord, I know that this is what you've decided for me to do. I know that you've called me to do this, and I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. And he was basically saying, Matea, this is not going to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy. And I guess I just had that misconception that, oh, I can do this. All these other moms are doing it, and if they can do it, I can do it, which I still believe. But I don't really see too many moms talking about that it is difficult and it's not easy. And so after I prayed and read my Bible a little bit, I decided to write something to myself so that to help me remember when I have hard days. And so this is something that I want to share with you guys, because I feel like this would be something beneficial for you too, especially for you guys who are new and beginners at this. This is something that I feel like God laid on my heart, and I want to share with you guys. So it says, big and bold, notes to self, okay? And it says, God called and anointed you before man or a piece of paper qualified you to teach. That was the first thought that came to my mind. That was something that God placed on my heart. And he said, before any man said you're able to do this, because I did go to school for teaching, but he said, before any man gave you a piece of paper to qualify you to do this, I had called you and anointed you to do this job already. Then I wrote, you are more than a teacher. You are a nurse, a mentor, a friend, a leader, and a mom. And I was like, you know, that is a lot to juggle, but whenever you're homeschooling, you have to remember that you are all those things wrapped into one. And then I wrote, you are not perfect, but you have a perfect God, and he has a perfect plan for this year. And so I put this on my dresser, and I'm gonna leave it there because it's personal and it's just for me and y'all now. And I put it on the dresser in my room so that whenever I go in there and I'm having a hard time, I can pick this up and read it and remember what I wrote to myself, because sometimes you forget. I'm gonna keep it so that whenever I'm having a hard time or a hard day, or I feel like this isn't for me, or I don't know why God decided to do this or why he called me to do this, I can remember. Or if I'm doubting my ability, if I feel like I'm not teaching something the right way, or if I feel like I can't do it, this right here will help me get back on track. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that that was useful to you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you a part of this community, and I hope that you guys really like this video. If you guys want more videos like this, then make sure that you leave a comment. I think I'm gonna do a homeschool I'm gonna do the homeschool room tour if you guys want that, but I also feel like I need to do a someone's trying to bust in here. So anyway, I think I'm gonna do a homeschool routine or a homeschool morning routine. If you guys want to see the morning routine, I think it would be easier if I did a morning routine first and then did the teaching or the daytime routine. So let me know, and I will make sure to get those videos out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of my family. I love you guys very much, and God bless you. I hope that you all have a fantastic week. I love you. See you guys on the next video. Bye.